We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask from return is for you to smash that like button, tell me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with one of the top possible stocks to squeeze all over again, okay? Right now, it's been pulling downwards, it's cooled off, and it seems to want to consolidate. But we're going to break down what 42 Vision is showing, all the data, the short interest, and what's going on with the current float, and also what's going on in the charts overall. So we're going to break all that down here with ATER. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you, check out the link down below to the Discord. And we look forward to having you join us. We're going to jump right into it here with ATER stock. The home run of the day was spectacular, and it was beyond expectations, guys. Even though the S&P 500 index is fighting to get back up to all-time highs, and overall portfolios and markets are sitting sideways or in the red, I have managed to find opportunities daily. We have found home runs all week long so far, and we will continue to. And this is something that you can become part of as well if you're interested. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned INDP early on in the morning, as well as ABCL. This was our worst performer, giving us 5 to 10% jumps on its bottoms and its spikes. But let's look at the home run of the day, because this was knocked out of the ballpark. So INDP, we mentioned it pretty early on in the morning in the pre-market, sitting sideways, and it took off pretty fast in a matter of 30 minutes, almost 100% plus, right? Pulled downwards, sat sideways, and took off to a highest point so far in the day of 170% plus, all the way to its highest point of possibility. If this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, check out the link down below, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts, and this is what we look for daily. Opportunities of 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, and 20% plus. It's a home run. And this right here was beyond expectations. 8 home runs in one single day. So here we are with ATER stock, and the stock has actually pulled back pretty big yesterday, right? And you can see here, it's in that extremely oversold area. It's trying to fight to sit sideways here and hold itself up. And it hit a low here, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But the main thing I'm watching for is if these red candles with the green borders stay with the strength that they have and transition into a dark green candlestick, which would be this one right here, right? That would be that transition of a pull up, or at least some strength right here, like this one right here, and then it transitions into green. If it transitions into green, that right there would be some strength to the upside. But right now, this is fighting sideways. We're going to break it down, and we're going to look at why this is one of the top stocks right now, setting up to possibly explode based off of a possible squeeze. So it is the #1 stock on the list right now. And there's one thing I do not like: the days to cover. That's too low. Okay. That means that the shorts can cover really fast and it won't make it move too high, but it still can create that pressure of a squeeze to the upside from where it currently sits, or if it pulls back a little bit and bulls come back up and start pulling it upwards, right? So one of the main things is the short interest float right here, 36%. That's pretty high. And then the borrow fee rate is 107. That's pretty high as well. And the short squeeze score is 97.21. So it is definitely something to watch. It is something to be aware of. And it's the #1 on the list to possibly squeeze, right? So you have here ATER fighting to get up. You see, that's that transition that I'm looking for. This needs to continue pushing up higher, and it needs to turn into one of these, okay? Right here, okay? Go from red to that green, and then go to green again, right? But even with more strength. So right now, it's in the beginning process of actually fighting to get higher. But this consolidation has been a beautiful one with strength. So the lowest point of the day was down here at 933. If that gets broken through, well, then the bears are dominating, the shorts are dominating, and the bulls are just handing it right back over to the shorts. But if the bulls keep on pushing higher and we see that transition here with 42 vision, which is what I'm looking for, and it breaks through 1172, the next goal would be up here at 1260, and that would mean that the bulls are pushing up higher and putting pressure on the shorts. So I'm going to break this down as well on the 1 day. Let's go ahead and look at it. So when you look at it from a macro perspective, which would be more zoomed out on the 1 day, you could see that this is actually still holding some strength. And this is what that means. On 42 vision, right, when you got a big candlestick like this one with green and red border, it means that there's a shift from that upside to the downside, but still some strength here that it's fighting. If this transitions into red, right, a completely red candlestick, then that would be some real weakness, right? That would be something to be aware of and watch closely. But ATR took a huge hit. So obviously there's a lot of investors trying to push it back up, and that is something to keep in mind and pay close attention to overall. Because on the 1 day, yeah, it might show some strength, but here we are seeing it. That one candlestick is pushing. And if it can continue and it shifts into green, right, dark green, and then goes to green, there might be some momentum, and those key resistance levels will need to be broken through so that this can continue. But the one thing I do not like, guys, and I said this already, and I'm going to repeat it, is the days to cover. Okay, that's way too low. That gives leverage to the shorts to kind of quickly get in, get out, and they can just keep playing around with their positions. But with this days to cover, with this borrow fee rate, with this short squeeze score, and short interest, shorts will be able to get in and get out. But those quick movements that they get in and get out can actually create quick moves from, like, for example, here, $9 all the way up to 10. And then, for example, again, let's just say from 10 to 13, and then it just goes right back down because shorts are covering really fast. And then after they cover, they go ahead and get their short positions again. And this is how we know how many short shares are out there and how many are being used. As you can see, short shares availability is 85,000. If this goes down in the next few days, that means that shorts are piling in or doubling down on their positions. And if this goes up, that means that shorts are covering in their positions as well. So that is something to watch. And this is probably going to keep going higher, putting more pressure on the shorts. And you can see here, the short volume has been in the 40s and 30s, and it's getting higher and higher now as we saw it go down, and it was lower and lower the days before when this was actually taking off, which was the 10th and the 13th. You can see how low the short volume was on those dates there. And now yesterday it started to put pressure, and today if it's in the 40s and 50s, that's how we know that shorts are trying to take over here and put pressure. And by doing that, they're making the bulls hand it right over to them by selling out or by actually taking profits or cutting losses or getting shaken, and then the shorts are getting control of the chart again. But these quick moves that we see here, that could be also the shorts that are remaining from way down here covering because of the days to cover. It is so low and it's so quick for them to be able to get in and get out, but the short interest is pretty high, the borrow fee rate is high, and this short squeeze score is pretty high as well. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on this one, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.